All right, good morning. I want to do a continued study on the Jehovah's Witnesses. I've been very, I guess, you could call it blessed to have a lot of encounters with Jehovah's Witnesses, but ultimately I've acquired a lot of information and a lot of good tactics for evangelizing. And I want to bring you some information here that will help you be on the authority when you're talking to the Jehovah's Witnesses. They want to be on the offense and they want you to be on the defense. Teach you some scriptures and some methods that can really turn the tables on the Jehovah's Witnesses, and at least it might be something that stops them in their tracks. But ultimately, Jehovah's Witnesses need prayer and their eyes need to be opened by God. So that's what you need to pray. Stay tuned. Okay, like I said, we're going to start in what they would use as their Bible. The one thing good about Jehovah's Witnesses is they do believe the Bible proves the Bible. They do believe the Bible is the Word of God, and so it is a good place. What you'll realize is what they use for a Bible is going to be what's called a New World Translation. So it is a different translation. And it is put together by the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society of Pennsylvania. And so you'll see this is the 1984 edition here. They do have a newer edition as well. But for this will suffice. Most of the changes on the newer edition of the scriptures are not very much. So you'll also see that they'll have footnotes of the Kingdom Interlinear translation, which we do have a copy of here. So that's the Kingdom Interlinear. And then also I will let you know I do have their reference Bible here. So this is obviously, you can see a much bigger Bible than the one that they would carry around. But yes, so we do have the reference Bible here, which will give us a lot more references, more notes. Ultimately, we want to shed light on, these types of verses here. In the beginning, the Word was, and the Word was with God, and the Word was a God. We want to flesh out some of these types of arguments, some of these types of basically translations, because like if you take that verse right there and we go straight to the Greek is going to read, in beginning was the Word, and the Word was toward the God, and God was the Word. And so we have what almost every Greek scholar would say should be translated, and the Word was God. They change it to a God. Or they translated a God if you don't believe in changing it. And so we want to go through some of these types of things, but I want you to be aware that the Jehovah's Witness can be evangelized through their own Bible. And so if you go to first of all, here's a beautiful example. It's not beautiful. It's satanic, but it's an accurate representation of what the Jehovah's Witnesses do to their translations. Maybe John 1:1 is ambiguous, and maybe some Greek scholars would agree with their translation. This is something that they clearly are adding to the text, and so Colossians 1 teaches that Jesus is clearly the creator of the universe. And so when we start down here, verse 15, it says, he is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of all creation, because by means of him, all other things were created in the heavens and upon the earth, the things visible and the things invisible, no matter whether they are thrones or lordships or governments or authorities. All other things have been created through him and for him. And also, he is before all other things, and by means of him, all other things were made to exist. And he is the head of the body, the congregation. He is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that he might become the one who is first in all things, because God saw good for all fullness to dwell in him, and through him to reconcile again to himself all other things by making peace through the blood he shed on the torture stake, no matter whether they are the things upon the earth or the things in the You'll notice in the 1950 translation of the New World Order, I have notes here that they put those in brackets, other. They were at least honest that that wasn't part of the text. Now, they just have it part of the text. So I want to show you that it's not part of the text. If you go to the Greek in these verses, it is very clear. Galatians. Colossians 1. Again, other. 16, other. There is no Greek word for other. It's only things. He is the creator of all things. Jesus Christ is before all things. He is in the image of the invisible God because he's God made in the flesh, and he is creator of all things. There are 5 times that the word other is added. Every time it's saying that Jesus created all things except himself is what they're implying. That Jehovah God used Jesus to create everything but himself, because they believe that Jesus was created by Jehovah in the first act of creation. And so that is their first false doctrine that they have, that infects them, that takes away their ability to see who the true God is. All right, let's go back to, so let's go to reasoning from the scriptures now. Let's go to, here's where they're going to take you. So let's see what they have for, let's see if they have a reference here. Right here. So they have this noted, scriptures often misapplied. And we go to Colossians 1, 15 through 17. So clearly that's one they run into problems with. And so, you know, you're frustrating a Jehovah's Witness when they bring out this book, because that means that they don't have the answer memorized. But they know that it's wrong compared to what the Watchtower teaches. They know that there has to be somewhere to teach it. But it doesn't look like they're going to touch the reference. They're not going to go over other here, though.